In recent years, the retail landscape in China has undergone significant transformations, with hypermarket chains facing unprecedented challenges. The once thriving giants of the retail sector are now grappling with closures and financial instability. What has led to this dramatic shift, and what does the future hold for these retail behemoths? Let's explore the answer in today's episode. But before we start, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our China channel. Your support means the world to us. China's stock market is experiencing instability, causing young people to struggle with debts from stock trading. The Ministry of Finance of the Communist Party of China has taken significant steps to borrow money to address local debts. However, bankruptcies and closures of supermarket chains in China continue to occur. Additionally, on June 30th, the Japanese department store Isetan closed its Shanghai location after 27 years, reflecting a broader trend of closures among long-established hypermarkets and large department stores in mainland China. Before the upscale City Shop supermarket chain in Shanghai shut down, the Foodie supermarket chain went bankrupt, and the well-known RT Mart supermarket chain closed numerous stores across the country. The third biggest supermarket chain in China, Carrefour under the Suning Group, shut down the majority of its outlets, and the long-standing Metro supermarket chain in Shanghai also stopped operating. This signifies a wave of shutdowns and insolvencies in the retail and supermarket sectors, as well as e-commerce malls in mainland China. Furthermore, in the past few years, there has been a trend of department store closures in China. Numerous well-known department stores in major cities throughout mainland China, including the Pacific Department Store, Aoyuan, Paksun, Jiabai, Ocean Department Store, and New World Department Store, have shut down and left the market. Just in the past 6 months, Renlei, which was once well-known in the industry and could even challenge Carrefour and Walmart, was exposed to have signed a share transfer agreement and officially withdrew from the private supermarket track. Actually, Renlei, which once opened stores in Nanshan District, Shenzhen, and Xi'an, once made Carrefour and Walmart very headache, and even directly made Carrefour's first store in Xi'an, chose to close down. This is not over yet, as one of the top 500 Chinese companies, Yonghui Supermarket, with stores covering nearly 600 cities, has been continuously reducing its holdings in the company since the beginning of 2021. The shareholding ratio was nearly 9% at the end of 2023, but it dropped to approximately 7% in the first half of this year, and it set the worst performance since the company was founded. Furthermore, this big supermarket is still involved in financial disputes with other companies, making the situation worse. Yonghui Supermarket announced on October 10th that it had not received the 300 million yuan equity transfer payment from Dalian Yujin's fourth phase. Accordingly, the buyer, Dalian Yujin, had failed to fulfill their payment obligations as agreed, which is considered a violation of the contract. Yonghui Supermarket stated that it had sent a notice to Dalian Yujin, Wang Jianlin, Sun Xishuang, and Yifang Group, demanding immediate payment and requiring Wang Jianlin and others to take joint responsibility for the guarantee. Concurrently, Yonghui Supermarket plans to file for arbitration with the Shanghai International Economic and Trade Arbitration Commission to investigate the legal responsibilities of Dalian Yujin, Wang Jianlin, Sun Xishuang, and Yifang Group. Next up, according to incomplete statistics, a total of 119 supermarkets closed in the third quarter of 2024. Among them, Yonghui Supermarket closed at least 33 stores. At its peak, it had 1,440 stores and annual revenue of nearly 100 billion yuan. Now it has more than 800 stores, and its revenue scale has continued to decline. The net profit attributable to the parent company has been in the red for 3 consecutive years, totaling 8.36 billion yuan. The owner of a supermarket in Taiyuan, China, called Wang Zhijian, disclosed that the owners who joined Yonghui Supermarket all withdrew at a loss. The supermarket cannot compete with e-commerce. The annual rent of the supermarket he opened now is 200,000 yuan, and an e-commerce department has been established, hoping to salvage some of this gloomy business situation. Meanwhile, Ms. Jen, the owner of a supermarket in Dongguan, opened a supermarket next to the labor market. In recent years, due to too many factory closures and fewer workers, the business plummeted. The interest on the loan of hundreds of thousands of yuan for stocking up, and the rent made her breathless. Another former owner of a supermarket in Zhejiang shared, "It's too hard to make money now. I originally opened 2 large supermarkets, but now I don't have any. We used to be prosperous, but now we have nothing and are in debt." So, who is responsible for the supermarket chain's downturn? For a long time in the past, many people would go to the supermarket near their homes as their first choice for a walk after dinner. But now the story has changed. Customers have shifted to new choices that are suitable with the modern trend. Indeed, with the vigorous development of e-commerce, the offline retail supermarket industry has gradually declined, as shown by the continuous closure and transfer of stores by Walmart, Carrefour, and many private chain supermarkets. Some consumers explain why they are reluctant to go to traditional supermarkets now. It's cheaper to buy things online, and you don't have to go out. Unless you need it urgently or just want to join in the fun during festivals, we rarely go to offline chain supermarkets to shop anymore. Nowadays, with the rise of instant retail and the impact of live sales broadcasts on diverse online platforms, the advantages of conventional supermarkets have gradually vanished. It is becoming increasingly difficult to make a profit, and chain supermarkets have to pay higher rents and labor costs, and they are slowly being forgotten. Analysts emphasize that the challenging economic environment impacts consumers' spending. More and more players enter the market, increasing competitive pressure. Changes in consumption patterns make it difficult for traditional stores to meet both product and experiential demands of customers. Alongside the rise of e-commerce and high operational costs, the supermarket industry faces significant hurdles. Closing stores is only the first step for companies to stop losses. Although it is crucial to the sustainable operation of companies, it also reflects the difficulties of companies. How can supermarkets survive this crisis and return to their former glory? This is a common issue faced by businesses themselves and the entire industry. The economic planning experts believe that promoting the healthy development of companies and industries should start from the following points. Firstly, adhere to the essence of goods and services. Retail is ultimately people-oriented, serving consumers and meeting their needs, while the essence of goods and services remains unchanged. Any form of innovation and change requires adherence to good product supply and a more quality service experience. Pangdonglai is a typical positive case. Its high-quality goods and services make it well known in the industry. In the nearly 30 years since its establishment, Pangdonglai has never left Henan and only entered Xinjiang from Shushan in 2005. Whether Pangdonglai does not want to expand or cannot expand has always been a hot topic of public discussion. The biggest difference between Pangdonglai and other supermarkets is the high self-purchase and self-accedation strategy, which achieves high gross profit, pays high salaries to employees to form a corporate culture, encourages them to provide the best service to customers, and then achieves a high revenue closed loop. An analyst said, Pangdonglai's business methods cannot be copied, and corporate culture will be diluted due to the expansion of scale. Particularly, Pangdonglai's corporate culture is closely related to the boss's temperament. When expansion requires hierarchical management, this corporate culture is difficult to pass on to others. At the 2024 China Supermarket Week held recently, some billionaires in the retail industry affirmed that some trends in the current retail industry, such as membership, discounts, cold chain, private brands, and the popularity of fresh models, including new channels such as Xiaohongshu and Douyin, but the essence of retail is still goods and services. To gain the trust of customers, tools are not very important. Secondly, innovation of models. Today, traditional hypermarkets no longer hold the same appeal they once did, as community fresh food supermarkets and e-commerce platforms are now meeting people's shopping needs. This shift has led to a growing interest in membership stores and discount stores within the industry. In fact, domestic traditional store giants, including RT Mart, have opened up the membership store track. Hema has even carried out a discount transformation. After the Spring Festival this year, stores in many cities have lowered the prices of goods. Price reduction without quality reduction has become Hema's business logic. Hema said that it plans to open 70 new Hema Fresh stores this year, and the number of stores nationwide is expected to exceed 400 this year. Thirdly, build differentiated advantages. Whether it is a traditional hypermarket or a new form of membership store, differentiated operations can gain traffic and achieve operating profits. The essence of retail is still to provide consumers with goods and services, so the essence of differentiated construction is also to create differentiated goods and services. Analysts claim that relying on data and technology can well shape differentiated products and services and promote the integration of physical stores and digitalization. This is the way out for retail companies. Companies need to keep up with the development trend of digitalization. Make full use of advanced technologies such as big data and artificial intelligence, improve operational efficiency, reduce operating costs, and ultimately deliver personalized and precise marketing services. On the other hand, the Chinese government has taken several measures aiming to address the collapse of supermarket chains and the closure of large supermarkets across the country. One of the primary actions has been the implementation of policies aimed at stabilizing the retail market and supporting struggling businesses. For instance, the Chinese government has introduced tax relief measures and financial support packages to help supermarkets cope with the economic downturn and rising operational costs. Additionally, the government has encouraged mergers and acquisitions within the retail sector to create stronger and more resilient supermarket chains that can withstand market pressures. Another action taken by the Chinese government is the promotion of digital transformation within the retail industry. Recognizing the growing influence of e-commerce and the changing consumer behavior, the government has been actively supporting the integration of digital technologies in traditional supermarkets. This includes providing subsidies and incentives for supermarkets to adopt online platforms, enhance their digital infrastructure, and improve their supply chain management. By embracing digitalization, supermarkets can better compete with online retailers and meet the evolving demands of consumers. Furthermore, the Chinese government stated that they have been working on improving the regulatory framework to ensure fair competition and protect the interests of both consumers and retailers. Despite the Chinese government's efforts to stabilize the retail market, analysts argue that these measures have not been sufficient to prevent the collapse of supermarket chains. The economic environment remains challenging, and consumer spending has not rebounded as expected. Even with tax relief and financial support packages, many supermarkets continue to struggle with high operational costs and intense competitiveness from both traditional and online retailers. Moreover, the push for digital transformation, while beneficial, has not been a panacea. The integration of digital technologies and the adoption of online platforms have helped some supermarkets, but the overall impact has been limited. The regulatory framework improvements and infrastructure investments have also fallen short of creating a sustainable and competitive retail sector. As a result, major supermarkets continue to close, highlighting the need for more robust and innovative solutions to address the ongoing challenges in the industry. In conclusion, the decline of hypermarket chains in China represents a multifaceted crisis driven by economic instability, shifting consumer preferences, and the relentless rise of e-commerce. The closures of well-known supermarket brands like Isetan, Yonghui, and Carrefour underscore the urgent need for traditional retailers to adapt to a rapidly changing market landscape. As consumers increasingly favor online shopping for its convenience and cost-effectiveness, brick-and-mortar stores face insurmountable challenges, including high operational costs and evolving expectations for service and product offerings. Despite government interventions aimed at stabilizing the retail sector, such as tax relief and support for digital transformation, these measures have proven insufficient to reverse the trend of closures. Moving forward, supermarkets must innovate their business models, embrace digitalization, and focus on providing differentiated services to survive. Without significant changes, the future of traditional retail in China remains precarious, highlighting an urgent call for strategic reinvention in the industry. We've reached the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found our content engaging, a thumbs up and sharing it with your loved ones would be much appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to Facts About China and turn on the notification bell for updates on our latest videos. Your support is everything to us. Until next time, take care and goodbye.